What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
Pennsylvania House Democrats passed a bill by one vote that would prevent white-only towns from being created in the state.
So the all-white town of Arkansas has failed.
Hot take, I don't have a problem with them having a white-only town or community. They have one already in Arkansas. It's a members-only community, and they're thinking about doing one in Missouri. But see, my only thing is, if you guys are going to do it, you need to do it the right way. Like,
funniest part about that whites-only town in Arkansas, black folks ain't mad, and you're mad, we not mad. So there's
no black, no gay, and no Jewish people. That is the rule in this white-only town being built in Arkansas. No.
There is absolutely nothing that MAGA folks won't blame on people of color. Not because folks of color are actually to blame for any of those things, but because it's all MAGA knows.
White folks done started to create white-only towns, y'all.
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only. This is a new update of age-old prejudice.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
It's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out, even if...
you don't let everyone into your home.
Trump done put the battery in these folks' back. Y'all can keep y'all white-only pies, y'all potato salad with the raisins, y'all unseasoned chicken. We couldn't care less. That's why you haven't seen no uproar from the black community. Y'all are the ones with the issue. We be minding our business. The issue was never us. It was always them. They always wanted to be separate. And then when we started to do our thing and started to be successful, they had an issue with it. That's why they burnt down Tulsa. That's why they burnt down Rosewood. That's why they flooded Lake Lanier. So, y'all go over there. Y'all go separate. Go do that. And we can start rebuilding.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture.
Over the last year and a half, high up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, leveling the land, building houses. They call it an intentional community based around shared ancestry, a long-winded way of saying something really quite simple.
I think we would generally be called far-right, sure.
It's called Return to the Land, and they invited me in.
A lot of people are going to be, why are you making Nazi references?
Right. Well, why wouldn't I?
A seemingly bucolic and sometimes surreal experience, one with strong ties to the most active far-right groups in the US. Instead of taking to the streets, they are building their own, for generations to come.
It's important for me to do this for my ancestors, my friends, my family, my children, my children's children.
We're so beyond cooked, dog. We are fried. The point where white people are creating their own little KKK town. Know what you think? Leave a comment down below. Make sure you follow me for news updates. Like,
funniest part about that whites-only town in Arkansas, black folks ain't mad, and you're mad, we not mad. So there's a brand new whites-only town in Arkansas, and the gag is black people don't even care. Now, I've seen the comments. Why aren't black people upset? Why are you mad about this? We gonna clear this up right now. Nobody's upset, poo-poo. See, the one thing black people ain't gonna do is lose sleep over other people that want to create a safe space for themselves. Build your own little town, plant a flag, that's fine. Hang a welcome sign, whatever makes you feel good. Honestly, we gotta be real about something, because I saw the interviews, I saw the clips. This ain't a town of exceptional people. I mean, think about it. If you drop everything to move to this town, you probably already didn't have much going on anyway, right? And that's not shade, that's facts. So the question is, again, why should black folks care? This is the part that cracks me up the most. Y'all want us to care. I see the confusion in your eyes. I see it. Y'all like, Don't the blacks care? Don't they want to be where we are? Nah. We just want to make sure when we build our communities, we're not cheated out of the things that we're supposed to have. That's all we care about, boo. And it's wild because history has shown as soon as black people do build their own thriving spaces, what happened? Some of your people roll up and burn the whole thing down. But we're supposed to believe now y'all just want to be left alone. Child, I'm going to tell you what really gave it away for me, though. The fact that they ran to the media. That's not privacy, y'all. That's desperation. Numbers must be low. If you got to beg the evening news to let them know that you exist, waitlist my ass. See, if black folks were building a town, the media would be the last people that we want to know about it. We gatekeep. We ain't trying to broadcast. But y'all couldn't wait to hold a press conference. That's not security, that's thirst. So no, we're not upset, we're not jealous, we're not even plotting to crash your party. Because truth be told, we really don't care. And honestly, that's what really bothers you.
No black, no gay, and no Jewish people. That is the rule in this white-only town being built in Arkansas. Nope, this isn't 1950. It's happening right now in 2025 in the Ozarks. A group called Return to the Land has built what they proudly call a whites-only community on 160 acres in the Ozarks. They've got cabins, roads, fences, wells, community center, and even a private schoolhouse, all for people who pass their strict racial and cultural tests. To live there, you must be white with European ancestry, straight, Christian, and you cannot be black, Jewish, LGBTQ, or follow a non-European religion. They vet applicants with video interviews, and some are even asked to prove their ancestry. The founders, Eric Orwell and Peter Sears, say that they want to create a, quote, fortress for the white race. In their own words, you want a white nation, build a white town. Now, here's the thing. They're calling it a private membership association to dodge federal housing laws. Basically, they sell membership shares through a company called Wisdom Woods LLC. And rather than traditional deeds, which they claim makes them exempt from anti-discrimination laws like the Fair Housing Act. And shockingly, well, maybe not, there's already 40 people living on the site and hundreds more worldwide are applying. They say they have things like goat herding, homeschool programs, flute recitals, and even a white baby bounty, basically rewarding white females for having more children. And I saw one of their interviews, and even their dog is white. And get this, they're not stopping in Arkansas. They've already announced plans to expand into Missouri near Springfield. Now, civil rights groups like the NAACP and Anti-Defamation League and state officials are calling it what it is, a modern-day experiment in segregation, racism, and legal loopholes. Arkansas's Attorney General is investigating, but as of right now, this community is still operating, still growing, and still recruiting. This isn't just a hate group in the woods, you guys. It's a test case to see if they can build a future where civil rights laws don't apply, as long as they call it private.
This is hot take. I don't have a problem with them having a white-only town or community. They have one already in Arkansas. It's a members-only community, and they're thinking about doing one in Missouri. But see, my only thing is, if you guys are going to do it, you need to do it the right way. Like, why stop at a town? You need an island, you know, somewhere you can escape the horrors of woke people and colored people and gay people that want basic human decency and equality and justice. Like, ew, you know, somewhere far, I don't know, maybe the Epstein Island, you know. Since Trump did say he was a terrific guy, I think it's only fitting that you take your king with you and, you know, build the walls. You can keep all of us colored people and woke people out of it, and then that way you guys can live in the 1950s freely without us bothering you. But I don't know, that's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I feel like you guys need to think bigger. Like, why would you want to be in a country that is so diverse?
Are we seriously mad about people wanting to have a whites only community? Let's not forget the fact that we always label things black own this and black own that. So a white man, Eric Orwell, wanted to establish his own town for his own people, white people. He wanted to control who he had as neighbors. His goal is to preserve the purity of his culture and traditions. So what are we mad for? Let's not forget, a couple years ago, Ashley Scott and Renee Walters got together and created their own community, their own black community. They wanted to create generational wealth and keep their legacy and culture. So I'm confused. What's the problem when the white people want to do it? And I know what you're going to say. You're going to try to bring up history and that victimization mentality. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. That happened many years ago. We're talking about now. We're not going to continue to bring up the past. At one point, we did have Black Wall Street. And yes, it was destroyed. However, we had the ability to rebuild and we didn't. We were defeated. So we're not going to continue to play the victim. This is a voluntary self-segregation, not a forced one. Get over it.
So it has been a year right now since this thing began, because these videos that you're seeing, guys, it's kind of old, but there's this white town. I'm kind of really excited to know, where did this town end up being? Like, was it really constructed? Because right now, I'm having some rumors whereby there's some white people who are really blaming black people for the fail or the collapse of the white-only town in Arkansas, and people are really mad in this platform. As you are watching these videos, people are really complaining black people that they have come out to, to attack. Like they didn't support this thing. Of course, they never supported. That's very true. But at the same time, black people have this issue whereby, why do you have your own town far away? Like, why do you have to have your own town? Because you white people have always felt so superior. You guys have always tried to discriminate us, we as black people. And this is the issue in the conversation that is going on between black community and white people. And in this video, guys, you're going to see a lot of exchange of words whereby black people are really responding towards white people, and white people are always talking about this particular video thing. So guys, watch this video to the end, and also let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Remember guys, this video is for educational purposes and creating awareness. All credits belongs to the original creators of all these videos that we just seen here. Watch to the end as we'll discuss this at the end of the video, guys. Also subscribe to the channel.
So the all-white town of Arkansas has failed. Oh, we found a fork in the kitchen. Like, we already knew this was going to happen. They didn't want to move there. They just wanted people to be mad about them moving there. And I was hoping it worked out. I was hoping the whole thing worked out for them so they could all move there. Listen, when they said, hey, let's play some music for you guys, and had to play the banjo. When they said, hey, let's have some food, and it looked like they were eating stale bread, I knew it was over. I knew it was over. I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of Caucasians in America love the idea of separating themselves, but they don't love the actual result of it. They don't realize that the wealth that was built and generated within white America was not through their own fruition, but on the backs and through the blood of other groups of people, Native Americans, Black Americans, and XYZ, everything in between. The agriculture built on the backs of natives, Latinos, and black people. Their infrastructure also built by free labor and or cheap labor. Their grants and money received given by the government, the true handout kings. And they don't actually realize every single place that has been all white in history, they don't really realize the fact that it has been destroyed also by them. Before they found other people to oppress and attack, to be honest, all Europeans used to do was just attack each other and be nasty and vile to each other.
Y'all making whole dissertations about the white-only town, baby. I'm over here happy as fuck. Cause yeah, stay the fuck from around me. You don't like black people and you want to make a town to where you never got to see us. That is a fucking win. What are y'all crying for? Y'all like to be surrounded by people y'all hate. Oh, that's why y'all still be going to y'all family events. Y'all like to be around people that hate y'all. The fuck is wrong with y'all? That shit is crazy.
Pennsylvania House Democrats passed a bill by one vote that would prevent white-only towns from being created in the state. Democrats in Pennsylvania did this after a story broke last year of Eric Orwell starting a whites-only town in Arkansas. He was able to do this by finding a loophole where he can start a private club. And this is part of their rules that once people have been vetted, including with a video interviewing to confirm their ethnicity, they can buy shares of the land. And it's not just white, you have to be a white straight Christian to live in this town. According to reports, there are currently 40 people living in this town. And after establishing the town in Arkansas, Eric said he wants to bring it to other states like Pennsylvania. This plan to come to Pennsylvania is what led Representative Ben Waxman to introduce House Bill 2103. That bill would prevent any organization from discriminating against protected groups under the guise of being a private club or members-only organization. And Representative Malcolm Kenyatta also added an amendment that would explicitly add protections against discrimination based on sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity or expression in employment, housing, and public accommodation. The bill passed 101 to 100. Every single Republican in the Pennsylvania House voted against it, and one Democrat, Frank Burns. This is Frank Burns, who calls himself a conservative Democrat, which essentially breaks down to he's friendly to businesses, but not friendly to people's rights. The bill now moves to the PA Senate. It is unclear when they will vote on it or how they will vote on it. The governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, said if the bill reaches his desk, he will sign it. This is why elections, especially primaries, matter. Especially in a state like Pennsylvania where your primaries are May 19th. Remember that. Because we need elected officials that are going to stand up to fascism, not people who are going to cozy up to fascism. The perfect example of that is Malcolm Kenyatta, who added the amendment to House Bill 2103. In 2022, he was up against John Fetterman in the primaries for the Senate seat that John Fetterman won. And in a recent comment, Malcolm Kenyatta said John promised that he was going to go to DC and be Democrats' 51st vote. And instead, he's gone to DC and is behaving like Donald Trump's fucking intern. He understands what this moment requires of him. Share this so people can see how some Democrats are trying to meet the moment by fighting fascism and closing loopholes that allow them to thrive and grow.
So for those of you that plan on moving to Arkansas to build the ricotta cheese only town, go ahead and do it. Do it. And don't be so concerned about why we're concerned about why you want to do it. We're actually not. The only concern that we have is when are you going to call us to help you pack so that you could get there quicker? Because we could give two shits. But I have two conditions, though, for you guys to move. When you do move and you create that town, make sure that it's a town that you can't come out of, and the only people that could come in is more of you. I mean, when you think about it, what do you need to come out for? You have no reason to come out. So make sure that you have everything that you need. And speaking of everything that you need, condition number 2 is get rid of all the things in your life that were created by black people, brown people, Spanish, whatever, that made your life a whole lot easier. Get rid of all those things and see how long you last. And you'll find yourself being preoccupied with what your neighbor's doing because your whole existence was based on what we did. And now that you won't have us to observe and watch and lie on and whatever, see how long you last going against your neighbors.
When white people see my posts about racism in America, frequently they say, I didn't know. When black people see these comments, they say, we already know. There is no way you didn't know. Don't pretend you didn't. This disconnect is really hard to explain, and I've been trying to understand it myself. I'm going to be digging into this really deep because I think it's so important.
I found this scrolling on social media. Let me know what y'all think about this.
There is absolutely nothing that MAGA folks won't blame on people of color. Not because folks of color are actually to blame for any of those things, but because it's all MAGA knows. If you're out of work, must be because an immigrant of color or a black person took your job. If your taxes are too high, it must be because of welfare payments going to those people. Never mind the contradiction of saying that they take all the jobs, but also take none of the jobs because they're too busy relying on welfare rather than working. It can't be both, guys. You got to pick a lane, right? Kid didn't get into the college you wanted? Well, must be because a person of color got preferential treatment and stole their slot, even though the Supreme Court has essentially ended race-based affirmative action. You can't afford a home? Well, it must be because immigrants are taking all the homes and driving up the cost. Forget for a minute that they're also the ones building most of the homes, thereby driving down the cost. But, you know, whatever. Scared of crime? Well, it must be because black and brown folks and migrants are making the cities unsafe. Forget for a minute that crime has actually dropped, even as immigration has gone up, and immigrants have lower crime rates than American citizens, but, you know, whatever. When the pandemic hit, oh yeah, that was the fault of Asians, people of color, and their open air markets. When a door flew off a plane a couple years ago, Elon blamed it on a DEI program for pilots. And when a barge brought down a bridge in Baltimore, the right blamed it on the DEI mayor, which is just their new word for the N-word. To MAGA, white folks are never to blame for anything. Black and brown folks are to blame for everything. Why? Because MAGA is a racist cult. If your answer for every problem in America is people of color, you're a racist by definition. If your answer is Jews, you're a Nazi. And in either case, you deserve to be crushed utterly and without pity or mercy.
Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments section.
14 years from 1863 to 1877. Look at the progress that black people made attempting to be free, Blacks made great strides achieving political offices, developing private businesses, even setting up dozens of all-black towns. In fact, about it, we had built 60 towns. But white terrorists targeted them for destruction. As in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the first bombs that ever fell in America or on American soil fell on Black Wall Street. Y'all remember Black Wall Street in Tulsa?
Middle Passage, white people. Slavery, white people. Jim Crow, white people. Lynchings, white people. Trail of Tears, white people. Wounded Knee, white people. Asian internment camps, white people. The vast majority of gun violence, white people. You see a trend? January 6th, white people. Ahmaud Arbery, 3 white guys.
So it has come to my attention that most of the black Americans are really furious about how our white-only town being constructed by the white people. And this video is, I know it's old. So this video that you have just seen, most of them are a year old because it was being established last year. That is 2025, and many of black Americans came out to say, why are you guys building your white only town? And it became something like it was an issue because some people felt like, why are you only creating your only town? Like, why are you avoiding black people? Why are you avoiding this kind of this type of race, or and white people came out very clearly and said that this white only town is for us to protect ourselves and know our neighbors, who our neighbors are. So it's a way of creating ourselves and just making ourselves even much better. So this is something that they are learning, and we are coming to find out that how to see that how black people are really furious when it comes to the construction of white only town. I don't know, what do you think about this particular video, guys? I know some people have already seen this video, but I want us to discuss about something. Is it bad for white people to have their own like their own city, their own town? Is it something that is illegal, or do you think that because most of the time we have black people things, we have let's say we have got some institutions that black people always goes, and only some towns or even the holidays, these holidays that we always find out that black people or people of those white black people always go and use and attend. But like, for example, even this public holidays, we have got Black People's Day. What about white? Is it bad for the white people to have their own? As of me, I think it is good if they want to have their own town. It's just okay. But I don't know if it's an issue when we see other people or white only people coming to create their own town and being an issue. I don't think it's an issue to me, and that's one thing that I've realized many people are furious about. Let me know, guys, what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be happy to read your comments, and that's how we do it in this particular platform. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned, we have another video which is coming very soon. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys. One love. See you in the next one.